Hello, my fellow people of the internet, and welcome back to another episode of World of Tanks. We're finally done with quick guides and stuff like that, but we aren't back with another gameplay review or anything like that still. No, instead, we are back with another kind of just group of random replays. Anyway, today we are showing the, well, at least in my opinion, the best Tier 5 tanks in the game. One of which, as you can see me in now, is the AMX ELC BIS. But one special thing about this gameplay is that you'll notice that there's more than just me in this platoon that I'm in right now. And we are not just watching one of my replays, we're going to watch not one, not two, but three replays. So the first replay is going to be, well, three replays, but two of them are actually of the same game. And this is one of the two. I'm actually going to switch between me, as you can see here, and my platoon mate, Pound Me. Pound Me, whose name I cannot say without smiling, is in the AMX ELC BIS as well, except unlike me, he is not fully upgraded, so he has the stock gun. Now, as you can see, when I was driving it, I had a very limited, he's showing off a little bit there, that he could shoot at the sky. As you can see at my end of the perspective, you will notice that I have the 90mm, which is the fully upgraded gun, but some people actually prefer to keep using the stock gun, and the main reason of that is that the stock gun is able to use the entire turret rotation. The 90mm gun, when fitted, limits your it limits your gun traverse distance. I don't know what the term is. It pretty much limits how far you can turn your gun from side to side without you actually having to move the entire hull. While with the stock gun, like is being shown here by Pound Me, you're able to completely look all the way 360 degrees around your entire tank, and he's using that to very good use when he's aiming at this AMX 40, which is the tank that comes before this, before the AMX ELC, across the map. And both of the tanks I'm going to be showing today, both of the Tier 5s, have horrible Tier 4s to grind through. The AMX 40 is a terrible tank. It's terrible. If you have free experience, just try it. Just go through it. If you want to get the ELC, don't grind out the AMX 40. It's one of the most painful grinds that you'll ever have. The only one thing that beats it is, well, we'll talk about that when we get to the other great Tier 5 tank. It seems like the best tanks in the game you have to work really hard to get to. Anyway, we're going to leave Pound Me because he doesn't seem to be doing anything too exciting yet, but I promise that will change later. So we're going to switch back to me, who's on the opposite side of the map. And I'm, of course, leaving the player names in the top left, if you haven't noticed already, to be able to distinguish which perspective that you're watching from. So now it's me, after one failed shot at the VK3601H, I believe that is over there. After my last failed shot, I take another shot, it misses, I seem to be getting blocked by the tank behind me, but no harm, no foul, as I don't get spotted there. I move forwards to spot him again. It seems that he's pushing for some reason, and now I realize that I don't have enough gun depression, so I might as well move forwards, get one shot into him. There we go, that's 200 and something damage, 240 is the average damage on this gun. I just recently actually uploaded a video on the AMX ELC in a almost Kalabanov's game, so if you want, go ahead and check that out. But this replay is not about me, in fact, I die pretty soon here. As you can see, I don't really have much of an escape. I'm completely alone here, except for that one tank to my right and one tank destroyer supporting me from behind. But there's a lot of tanks coming after us, and I don't think we're going to be able to fight them all off. So my role in this game is quite short. I get spotted every once in a while, and eventually I'm just going to get pushed. I'm getting hit in the side by the Leopard. The Leopard tracks me. I repair the track. I pull back. Tank goes after me. I put one shot into him, but he fails to kill me. And one of the main advantages of the 90mm, however, I completely got off track with the gun conversation, is that I cannot move my turret all the way around, but I definitely do a lot more damage. And now, yeah, that was pretty bad play. I slid along the cliff face there, trying to get a shot on the Leopard, and managed to get myself killed. So now I switched to Pound Me's perspective, and we're just going to switch. Yep, there we go. We're going to switch to watching him the rest of the game. Now, the 90mm has better penetration, better damage per shot, but it's got better damage per shot, better penetration. What's the other thing? It doesn't have as good accuracy, it doesn't have as good reload time, So a lot of people still prefer to use this gun because of how it keeps the tank slightly more flexible. I still prefer the 90mm as I believe it's better for trading well with your opponents, especially light tanks. If an enemy light tank tries to rush you and you're able to put a 90mm shot into them, and they're only able to put a smaller shot into you, that's definitely an advantage. But we'll see all the advantages of using this other gun type in this replay. Now, Poundme's waiting for his teammates to completely distract this guy before he goes out and puts another shot into the semi-new Italian tanks, which I like to call the potatoes, as that's what they are to me. I do not enjoy playing the Italian tanks. So instead of P26 or P43 or all those fancy things to say, why not just call them potatoes? Now, another thing I want to talk about is that Poundme is a very new player to this game. He's played, I believe he has not broke 1,000 games yet, but he, definitely at this point he hasn't broken 1,000 games yet. But he is definitely one of the best new players I've ever seen. I've played with a lot of new players. I'm playing with Draconium, who was in a Minecraft video a little while ago. I'm playing with him, who is also new to this game, but Poundme is definitely, no offense Draconium, Poundme is definitely better as a new player than Draconium is. As he sneaks around the P26 and finishes him off, the potato. I believe that's a P26. I can't see. My screen's blurry when I do these voiceovers like this. Anyway, Poundme with 1 kill is now sneaking along the outside of this newly formed Derpenberg and trying to sneak a shot into the Churchill. Gets a tiny shot. And aiming. Puts a shot in. Now he's waiting for another shot to be loaded into the gun. Puts one more in, but it bounces, and he wants to keep going after this Churchill, but I warn him that he's going to have to reset the cap soon. So he starts to head back. Now I try to coach him through this a little bit, though I don't deserve to that much, as he's the one that's going to be carrying me. But I tell him to go into the back hill, where you will have a line of fire on the base, and then let the rest of the teammates spot, and you just get the sniping shots in from the hill, as they are almost there, and you might as well try to support from a distance, if anything. Now, I don't know what else to say. We're being capped. We've got approximately 4.5 minutes left in the game, so that's definitely the right move for the enemy team to do. But our teammates are starting to reset. There we go. They get both of the kills, and Poundme goes all the way over to that hill for nothing. Poor Poundme, getting his exercise in, though. Now it's just him and the tier 5 light tank and 2 tier 4 medium tanks against 2 opposing tanks. 1 Stug and 1 other Churchill. Now the Churchill is very slow, so Poundme's not too worried about that. He's going to try to go outflank from their base and loop around and sneak up on them. Now he's still learning the maps, so I'm actually surprised you could go up there. I was going to say you can't go up there and sound all fancy, but apparently you can. Anyway, he starts looping around a bit, charges through some trees. Deforestation is the enemy of mankind. Looks for a shot on the Churchill, but of course there's a rock in the way. So he decides to keep pushing forwards. We're winning 13-12, but they're both grouped together, and Poundme has to hurry up to help his 2 little tier 4 medium tanks as they are getting outflanked by the 2 tier 5s. He goes as quickly as he can to get some shots into the Churchill. Churchill's a 1-shot now. And he aims, stops, aims, fires, kills. So that's 2 kills. Poundme is now leading the charge against the last remaining tank, the Stug 3G, with the 2 potatoes on his team. This is, of course, during the Italian craze, when everyone's playing Italian tanks, even though they're potatoes. They're kind of like Matildas, except less useful. So, Poundme's looking for a way to get around here. Several dead ends, but he finally finds an opening, turns, and decides to flank around the Stug 3G. The Stug 3G is aiming down the road towards where the potatoes are, so he's able to sneak into the bushes, look for a shot. Stug comes around the corner. He puts 1 shot into the Stug, pulls back behind the rock. A potato puts a shot into the Stug, waits for the Stug to look away from him. And I'm telling him right now, when the Stug looks away from him, I tell him right now. He goes back around the corner, puts a shot into him, that tracks him. Now he waits another second, goes for the kill, gets the kill on the Stug, and with 2 minutes left in the game, manages to take the win. Well, we're back with game number 2, recording number 3, and tank number 2. Yeah, that makes sense. Alright, this time it's my favorite tank in the game, the M4 Sherman. And it's my favorite tank in the game because of how hilariously overpowered it is. I am... less Wargaming is watching this than is completely balanced. Anyway, it's a tier 5 American medium tank. And, well, we're just going to see how broken it is pretty soon. Anyway, it's again not me, it's a friend of mine named Nighthawk, who was actually in another video. I don't think that little tunnel deserved that, Mr. Nighthawk, but if you really think about it, if you really want to. Anyway, Nighthawk was in another one of my videos, and it was again in the M4 Sherman. It was the M4 Sherman gameplay review that I have uploaded from a while ago. I'm actually on a platoon with a guy called Nighthawk. He's a friend of mine, and he's at 1 kill, but he's unfortunately died. And this guy is actually one of... I'm pretty sure he's the only person I know, besides me, that has 3 marked the M4 Sherman. So, he actually 3-marked it pretty recently, and, yeah, he's probably the best M4 Sherman player that I know. Besides me. Nah, actually, I have no idea. We're probably pretty equal. Anyway, he's already gotten 1 kill, 1 shot, 1 kill. Finds another one, puts another shot in, and it bounces. And the reason it bounces, this is a howitzer gun, which means it fires high explosive, so it's like a portable artillery. The thing is that throughout this battle, high explosive and troll cannon of one-shotting things, like he did to that tank right there, isn't enough for Nighthawk. Instead, he has to load heat and go to absolute filthy tank level, where he one-shots everything, doing 350 average damage per shot at tier 5, with enough penetration to go through all of these tanks. And if he was firing high explosive, he would be doing 410 damage per shot if he was penning, but with heat, he's able to go into the side of a potato like that, setting him on fire, and then on the move while reversing, kills him in 2 shots. A tier 6 medium tank. And now he's not done. He goes back up for another one, onto a heavy tank. The Churchill 3. Looks for a shot. Doesn't quite get it. Now goes forwards. 1 shot. 1 kill. 200 and some... I think that's 12. 212 damage to the Churchill 3. And, yeah, this is such a fun tank. I love the M4 Sherman. But again, like I mentioned in the last game, it comes from, after he bounces off the M6 turret there, it comes from a very, 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 very painful tier 4 grind. The M3 Lee. AKA... yeah, there's not words to describe what it would be otherwise. It's a horrible, horrible tank. At least... no words to describe it on the PG channel. The M3 Lee is a horrible, horrible tank, but it's completely worth going through because you get to this thing, which is just completely broken. And, Nighthawk gets up to 2,000 something damage in this game. He gets an ace tanker. It's completely insane. And this tank has a 7.7 second reload, I believe it is, to do that much damage. Oh, I love this tank. To do that much damage every shot. And, he's already up to, is that 6 kills or 5 kills? He's up to a lot of kills. This isn't a top tier game, by the way. He's in a tier 6 game and he's doing all of this. He's single-handedly demolished this entire flank, and he's not done. He kills another tank and continues to drive forwards. Now there's 2 tanks surviving on the enemy team. He's up to 7 kills. 1 AMX 40, which is the predecessor to the AMX ELC that we saw in the previous replays, and the artillery. Now the AMX 40 is on the other side of the map. Can he get a cross-map snipe? AMX 40 is considering suicide. He tries to kill himself and fails. Nighthawk puts in a crazy shot there, and the AMX 40, having flipped himself, is finished off by an ally. But of course, we're not done yet. We've got a couple more heat chills left. Might as well spend them on artillery. Artillery Meet Your Maker, which is the mobile artillery of the M4 Sherman. Goes around the corner, spots the artillery in a second, doesn't even aim, auto-aim, kills him. And so, the M4 Sherman, 8 kills, over 2,000 damage, on the new map, newish map, it's the newest map, Province, with a score of 8 kills. It's just ridiculous. Okay, I'm just gonna go to the post-battle results. Now, as you can see for the first game with Pound Me, we have 951 experience, 20,000 credits, Mastery Badge 2nd class, so that wasn't even that good of a game for the ELC. Just goes to show how good the ELC is. He didn't actually get that good of a result, but I just wanted to commentate on this replay because of how, just to prove how good some new players are, and also just how much I couldn't do anything without somebody else there to carry me. So, Pound Me gets 733 damage, 3 kills, 621 base experience, and it gets all that stuff that I'm not really going to read out because there's a lot of stuff. And then Nighthawk in the M4 game redeems himself from the M4 Sherman gameplay review, which the only reason he looks so bad in that one is because the only games I had that I did well in were the ones that he didn't carry me. So this one, he definitely didn't have that problem. Mastery Badge, Ace Tanker, Duelist, Fire for Effect, Shellproof, Bradley Walters Medal, Oskin's Medal, High Caliber, Top Gun. 32,143 credits, 2,990 experience with a standard... with a standard account. Yep, that was correct. 2,253 damage with 8 kills and 1,495 base experience points. Completely demolished everything. Detailed report. You can see how many credits he lost for firing all that heat, but I mean, I feel like it was worth it with a result like that. And yeah, guys, that's about it. Thank you guys for watching this review. Not a review. This video. What is this? This video starring players that aren't me. So it was fun commentating on other people's replays, even though I know the people who's sent in these replays. And yeah, I hope to see more from these guys in the future, as they are both really, really fun players and definitely a lot of fun to play with. And yeah, that's about it. I hope you guys learned something about what the best tanks in the game are, even though I didn't talk that much about stats. Just realized that these two are definitely really, really good if you're looking for some fun tier 5s to stat pad in. Anyway, guys, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to subscribe. Click the like button and other sellouty things, and that's about it. See you guys later. Have a great day. Have a great day. I feel like there should be a better outro than that. I gotta get a good outro. This is kind of depressing. Alright, see ya.